Wait a minute, what? Uh-oh. I'm free! Screw you, Railroad, I'm out of here! Oh gosh, no! The car's coming! Oh my gosh!
Because they have power!
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are back in Rails Unlimited. And in today's video, we are going to be checking out a pretty big update to the game. And we are also joined by Railroadpreserver. So yeah guys, let's get into the video.
Also, real quick, why does this bush look like it's completely covered in rust?
Alright, here we have the first locomotive we are checking out. This is the Industry Switcher. And yeah, I'm already liking the looks of this locomotive, but Railroad can tell us about the details of this locomotive. So yeah, I'll hand it off to you, Railroad.
Yeah, the locomotive Jesse's driving is mainly one that would be used in yard work and local switching, which is taking a train like the one he's hauling and switching out the different cars to various customers along the right-of-way. As far as the consist goes, you've got the switch engine itself, which is referencing a leasing company that leases locomotives. Then you've got two CSX gondolas filled with scrap metal, a Conrail gondola filled with, I think, the same thing, a Kansas City Southern boxcar, a rail boxcar behind that, a Canadian National grain hopper, a leased boxcar, a bulkhead flat car, two Norfolk Southern covered hoppers, and a Union Pacific gondola bringing up the rear.
Yeah, so we have a wide variety of cargo and basically consist here. So yeah, really cool. And as I mentioned, I do like the looks of this locomotive. You got blue and black there. And yeah, so let's go ahead and take a listen to the horn here, or the whistle, however you want to say it. So there you go, really nice. Now we're gonna go ahead and derail this locomotive. So yeah, I think we'll let Railroad decide here because he has control over all of it. So yeah, Railroad.
Yes, you know, it would be a shame, Jesse, if your car suddenly suffered a couple knuckle failure.
All of them at the same time, yes. Well, actually, nothing seems to be going right
Suddenly, without warning, your train proceeds to go in reverse.
Wait a minute, what? Well, at least I'm fine. Actually, no, you can't do anything. I'm at idle. Ha ha ha.
Ah yes, hit the throttle up again, good sir, and you'll find out differently.
Uh-oh. Whoa, why are all the cars moving? They're not attached to anything. Oh, they're all ripping apart. Uh-oh. Watch out. There's going to be a bunch of cars flying down the track. Oh, there you are. The mastermind of this all.
No. I'm just the man running the model railroad, but deliberately making the trains go faster than allowable.
Couldn't understand the single thing about that, because the engine is being very loud. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's getting a little violent here, going at 250 miles an hour down the track. Oh my gosh, oh, that's going to be us in a second, and boom, off the track, and dead. So, yeah, that was quite interesting, and that basically proves to us that we should never, ever give Railroad the permissions to a server ever again. So, yeah. Alright, and here we have the second locomotive we are checking out. This is called the Leapster Paradise. And, yeah, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about it, Railroad?
So, yeah, the Leapster Paradise is exactly what you would expect from the name. It's a train being pulled by two leased locomotives. Now, back in the late 90s and into, I think, the mid-2000s, you saw a lot of Class 1 railroads getting leased motive power. Usually what you're seeing here. I don't know what leasing companies these two locomotives are referencing, but they're common, and I never got a chance to see any leased power, but still. I believe the two diesels are in the SD and or GP category. Don't ask me about the number because I have no exact clue. All I know is the engines look the same. But you've got two leasing companies, and the locomotive consist can actually change. You can either get it in this train with the blue unit leading and the red one trailing, as you see here, or you can get it to where you have both blue units, both red units, or another version where the red unit's leading and the blue is trailing. So yeah, as far as the consist goes, you've got a Union Pacific boxcar behind the engines, three loaded bulkhead flat cars which have pipes on them, a Norfolk Southern boxcar behind them, an unmarked boxcar behind that, another leased boxcar behind that, two boxcars, two Burlington Northern grain hoppers, one being smooth-sided, and a smooth-sided Montana Rail Link grain hopper in the back.
Yeah, so that's actually really interesting. They're getting longer, these consists on these newer trains, and it seems like I always mention it in every single video, but I love the longer consists. It makes it so much more realistic, and in real life, this is considered a very small train, or a train carrying a very small consist. So yeah, really, really cool, and this time, I'm hoping we get to our destination just a little faster than before. So, yeah, let's hope for the best here.
I think I can manage that. What's the recommended speed?
Probably about 2,000 if that would be possible. We really want to get there fast, usually.
2,000 you say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do you a little better than my friend. I think I can help you out a little bit better than that. Don't mind me as I tinker with the model train control in the background. It's totally
Model
nothing
train,
unusual.
wait a minute. Model train control. Uh-oh. I've accelerated above 100 miles an hour. I think we are going just a little too fast for the recommended speed of this locomotive. Oh, that curve might be deadly. Oh, luckily it isn't. No damage whatsoever yet. But, things might fall apart very soon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, there we go. And, yeah. That's what you don't want to have happen. Alright, here we have the third locomotive we are checking out. This is the Illinois Heartland Coast. And yeah, Railroad's got a bit of history to this locomotive that he will be telling us. So yeah, go ahead, Railroad.
Right, so the train Jesse is currently in is an all-company lash-up, meaning company locomotives, cars, etc. It says a little Heartland Coast on here, but it's actually referencing the former Class 1 railroad, Illinois Central Gulf, later reorganized as the Illinois Central and now a merged part of Canadian National, meaning Canadian National merged with the ICG, or vice versa, they merged with them. But as far as the locomotive consists, you actually have a trio. You've got 3 locomotives as opposed to like 1 or 2. And the lead locomotive is something interesting. It is a Illinois Central, either GP9R or GP10. The reason I know this is because a short line railroad near me actually owns a former Illinois Central Jeep of the same look and style. Only difference is the paint color, which is black. Anyways, it's an older locomotive that the Illinois Central rebuilt to, I guess, more modern standards, but behind them you've got a modern either SD and or GP locomotive behind them. You actually have 2 of them. And like the Leapster, train can spawn with the locomotives in a whole different lash-up. You can either have the older unit leading, one of the newer units in front and the older unit in the middle, or both new units in the front and the old one in the back. As for the consist, it's Illinois Central Gulf grain hoppers and an Illinois Central caboose.
Yeah, so it's quite a long train, as I mentioned in the last locomotive we checked out, and yeah, I really do like the long consist. They make the game seem more realistic, and I really do like this locomotive. I'm not gonna lie. It has a rounded roof to the cab. It has a long nose, and yeah, it just looks really nice and really vintage as well. And I gotta say, I do love the paint scheme. It's orange and it's white. It looks like a creamsicle, if you've ever had one of those. So yeah, now that we've actually checked out the locomotive, oh yeah, that's right, the horn. So here we go, and press. Beautiful. There is the horn. So yeah, really, really cool.
I believe that might have been an older horn.
Now that we've actually checked out the locomotive, there's only one thing to do. And, well, that is to derail it. But where? Where could we derail this beautiful locomotive? I'm thinking Berkshire, because why not?
In Berkshire, I believe I'm going to teleport there because we actually have 2 trains we're going to need to check out that relate to the name, which would be a very appropriate place to spawn them. Anyway, it'd be a bit of a shame if that train had a rather sudden accident.
Yeah, that would be bad, but that's kind of where we're going, Railroad. We're trying to have an accident, right? Wait a minute, what? Uh-oh. I'm free! Screw you, Railroad, I'm out of here! Oh gosh, no! The car's coming! Oh my gosh!
Because they have power!
The car is coming through the locomotive! Oh my gosh. Railroad, something wrong is happening here. Uh-oh! The cars are coming loose from the track! Oh, there goes the caboose. And we're gone. Now, what's funny about this is since the train has derailed, right? The crossing signals will forever be flashing until I remove the train. So, yeah.
Speaking of the crossing signal, take note. That's based off of the railroad signals they have in Canada. I just noticed
Yes,
this.
because they do not have the actual lettering on the sign itself. It is just a white cross that is bordered by red or orange. So yeah, really cool. But let's go ahead and move on to the next locomotive, and it is truly a locomotive. This is the Steaming Legend, and yeah, really, really cool. Now, this also has multiple variants as well, but Railroad will tell us all about that in a moment here. But I really do like the contest that this locomotive has, and not quite sure what it is actually parodying, or if it's parodying anything. So yeah, go ahead, Railroad.
The engine you are driving is Pierre Marquette Railroad 284 Berkshire number 1225. It was built in October of 1941 by the Lima Locomotive Works for the Pierre Marquette Railroad, and it's most well known for being used in the movie The Polar Express, but the real engine that was used for that movie's model was bought by Michigan State University and was restored between 1971 and 1988. That's how long it took to restore the engine to operation, and it's been a well-known excursion locomotive ever since. The passenger cars reference Michigan State University, but it's called Steam Railroading, I can't even read it.
It says Steam Railroading University, yeah.
Yeah, but it's referencing Michigan State University. This engine is also similar to engine 1225, which is also a Berkshire, but owned by a different railroading organization. And speaking about that whistle audio there, I believe that's actually audio from one of 765's older whistles. And here's something interesting, I don't think you knew this. When both engines were built, their whistles were not made of brass, like all the traditional whistles. They were actually made of steel. In fact, when 765 was first restored, it used its original whistle for a time before it was replaced. Hence that sound you heard in the audio recording there, Jesse, if you'd like to play it again to give people
Yeah,
reference.
I'll go ahead and play the whistle again, so we'll listen closely here. So yeah, really cool.
Now, another thing regarding 1225, I actually have a sort of personal connection to it. When I was younger, I saw the film it was used in, The Polar Express, and later on when I was 7, my parents actually got me a model, a Lionel train set model of the engine in its Polar Express, look. And I've still got the model today. It's actually currently in storage at my grandparents' place, but that's sort of my connection with Pierre Marquette 1225, because really all I would have to do is paint over the Polar Express name on the tender, write Pierre Marquette, and boom, problem solved. But, so yeah, speaking of 1225, Jesse, don't mind me. I'm just going to go and activate the flux capacitor.
Oh,
that just so
yes!
happens to be in the engine's cab.
We're going to go 88, well, we're already over 88 miles an hour, so I don't think we have to worry. But I think we need to go to 888 miles an hour to really get this thing to time travel.
I'm pushing you to 1,000, son. I'm going to make you get to your destination so early that you'll literally be in your next century.
Don't worry,
yeah.
the passengers aboard are really going to enjoy.
Have a nice ride.
They did. Until it flipped over. Alright, and the last locomotive we are checking out is once again the Steaming Legend, but this is another variant. This is, what is it, Railroad?
This is what Jesse is driving is Nickel Plate Road Berkshire number 765. It's about as well known in the steam excursion community as Union Pacific 844, and I've got the information coming at you right now for it.
Yeah, and also my cab has somewhat disappeared, but let's hope it returns, because, yeah, and also, looks like the windows are blocked, which is interesting, but, yeah, go ahead, Railroad.
Yeah, so Nickel Plate Road 765 was built in September of 1944 by Lima and was preserved in, I think, the 1960s, undisguised as sister engine 767. The original 767 was scrapped by that point due to heavy vandalism, but enough of that. Regarding 765, after it was preserved in the 60s, it was purchased by the Fort Wayne Railroad Historical Society, and they restored the engine to operation outdoors on September 1st, 1979. On YouTube, There's actually video of the engine's first move under steam since the 1950s, and it's notable for being one of the last steam locomotives to run on the Nickel Plate Road in 1958. And another thing it was known for post-revenue career relates to 1225, which is running right behind Jesse. Both engines ran side by side in Huntington, West Virginia during the 1991 National Railroad Historical Society convention. It's hard to find, but there's a good documentary covering that event that I've seen, and I highly recommend it to any rail fan. It is a sight for your eyes and a treat for your ears.
Now, what's interesting about this locomotive is its consist as well, because you can see that this has a very, very long consist of multiple different cars as well. You got tank cars, box cars, you got hoppers, including a coal hopper as well, and gondolas. So, yeah, really, really cool.
And about the consist, that's actually representing one that the engine would have hauled back in the 1940s and 50s. The only thing that wasn't able to be added in time was the caboose, because it would have had a caboose back then. Regarding 765, I believe your train is running a bit late, sir, and I don't believe Nickel Plate Road management would be too happy about that.
Oh, I don't think they would be, and I think we gotta get there in time, including our cargo as well. So we better keep that included here.
One thing, Jesse, you forgot one thing. You're running in the wrong direction, sir.
That's
you need to go
right.
backwards.
I was hoping the track would do a U-turn somewhere, but I guess we'll just do it the easy way.
And you know what's funny? I'm gonna do the same thing.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're accelerating pretty quickly, and, uh-oh, I see bad things in the future for us here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So also, there was audio of 765's whistle, though I doubt it would work now, but
well,
yeah.
We'll try it anyways. Somehow.
And that's actual audio recording of 765's whistle.
Now, I should mention that this derailment is just completely violent. I mean, look at this.
It's kind of bad. It's actually very bad.
Yeah.
But accurate. I mean, all these cars would jackknife together in a massive twisted steel and metal, and it would just not be a good day all around. So, yeah. Sir, I believe I regret to inform you that you are now disbanded from the Fort Wayne Historical Society because you wrecked their engine.
I think I'm disbanded from life after this, really. The cab is like four cars right now.
I think the only train you're riding is the train to heaven at this point. So, anyway.
I can't even see parts of the engine, so I think we're gonna call it. Alright, guys, if you're interested, make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll see you next time, guys. Goodbye.